Welcome to Nerd Talk, the podcast that talks about comics and everything in between. Now, here are your hosts, Dylan and Ian.
What up, nerds? So, me and Ian just got back from The Force Awakens. Just a little bit this is our complete spoiler review. So, if you have not seen The Force Awakens, leave now. We're going... Well, actually, I did a spoiler-free review if you guys want to see that. But, anyways, this is spoilers all in depth.
Give me the context. We didn't just watch The Force Awakens.
Yeah. Here, hold on. I'll give you the context. We went to the Star Wars Marathon, which is all 7 movies, which is why my voice sounds so weird, because I lost my voice, and so it sounds a little different, but we still want to record this anyway. So basically what happened was at 1 a.m. on Thursday...
on Thursday.
Yeah, is when The Phantom Menace started. So
we got there at 9:30.
Yeah, we got there at 9:30
on
Wednesday, and then at 1 a.m. the Phantom Menace started, and then at 7 p.m. on Thursday the Force Awakens started. So we were living in that theater for like 21 hours or something like that.
We just got home.
My body is made of soda and popcorn right now.
We just got home at 11:30, so that was we got out of
the theater at 9:30.
Yeah, but we left about 8 o'clock, so we were gone for 27 and a half hours.
Yeah, we lived in a theater.
Yeah.
And just soda and popcorn, and that was pretty much it. So we're a little worn out, but we wanted to get our thoughts out.
Yeah.
Because
we have a fun car. We should just record our conversation on the car ride home.
If I would have had a mic, I would have. But it was so disappointing, guys. God, especially because... Oh yeah! Also, our podcast where we did predictions, I should have labeled that spoilers because we predicted everything.
Well, I think everyone knew Han.
Yes,
everyone knew Han.
But we predicted a lot of stuff, and then in the movie you can see stuff lining up, and you're like, okay, I know this is gonna happen, and then it does happen. It's so predictable, and we knew that J.J. Abrams was gonna try and remake A New Hope. That's what I said, and he did. There's literally Captain Phasma is Boba Fett. She's this character that does nothing but looks cool. Yeah. And then you have Han Solo is the Ben Kenobi of the film.
Yeah.
He's this sort of mentor guy that's really cool, and then he dies. And then you have Starkiller Base, which is the Death Star.
Which is funny, because in the film they even try...
sorry, I just want to say one more thing. BB-8 is literally R2-D2, because Poe Dameron puts the thing in, just like, Ben Kenobi or My Last Hope. Yeah. She puts the thing into R2-D2. He puts the thing into BB-8.
Yeah, the movie's a complete... retelling of the New Hope.
Why? Anyways, say what you're going to say.
I don't remember, but the best thing I can say about this is that it doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie. Like, it'd be a good movie.
That's not the best thing to say. That's the worst thing to say. That was one of my biggest complaints.
If this would be a good movie, it didn't have Star Wars in the title.
Yeah, because then you could deal with the BS.
There's so much stuff.
Okay, let's get the good out of the way because there's very few of it. It looks pretty. It looks really good.
Yeah.
The acting is really good.
Yeah, I guess.
The acting is really good.
Okay.
The action is, for the most part, besides like the end, is really good. That's basically where the compliments end for me.
Well, the opening's great. The opening might be the best.
Guess what it is? It's action.
That might be the best opening of any Star Wars.
No, not even close.
What's better?
What, the opening to Return of the Jedi? The opening to Empire Strikes Back is better too, and the opening to A New Hope is better. When they're breaking on to Tantive 4.
Okay, yeah.
And then, that's better. Like, this had a really cool
openings.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. Episode 3 had a really good opening.
Okay, well, then let's say
it's hard to say. It's on par with that.
It's a really good opening.
Yes, it is.
Kylo Ren's like a BA when he comes in. Poe Dameron's really cool.
Dameron.
Whatever. And then you meet Finn, who is just a complete campy, one-lining...
I said he was an extremely toned-down Jar Jar, is what I said.
Him and Poe are cool together, but after that, he's always making jokes or something. I don't know how you call it jokes.
He's kind of fumbling around.
One-liners, and it's
I told you he's
way too much comedy in this film for me. There was no witty banter. It was just...
Oh, one of the things that pissed me off, too, is when Poe Dameron's right there with Kylo Ren. He's like, do I talk first? Do you talk first? And he's making jokes and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
if Darth Vader was there, he'd be choking you and you would not be making any jokes. But with Kylo Ren, who talks first? I don't know. I mean, even Han Solo, a guy that's known for being a wisecracker and stuff, as soon as he sees Darth Vader... Sorry, I had to stop recording for a second. But anyways, like I was saying, even Han Solo, guys who's known for wisecrack, when he sees Darth Vader, does he crack any jokes? He immediately shoots at him.
Well, and Poe Dameron's
Poe Dameron.
Dameron's
P.
defense, he does shoot at him first.
What? Yeah. But then he's just like wisecracking. When he was there, was he cracking jokes when he was there about to be put in carbonite?
No, he was not.
Because you don't do that to Darth Vader, but Kylo Ren.
So anyway, there's way too much campy dialogue.
It got Disney-fied.
Even Han Solo. I didn't even really like Han Solo in this film. He what?
The writing was bad.
Like what was there of Han Solo? There was no witty banter.
They tried, but it fell flat on its face.
What was the witty banter?
That's witty banter. You're pronouncing it weird. You're like, witty banter.
Banter. What was it?
There wasn't.
Him and Chewie had the running joke about, the crossbows, why did I, let me use a crossbow. That wasn't like Han when he would be like, laugh it up, fuzzball. Like, it wasn't something like that.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't smart dialogue.
There wasn't. It was a bunch of, campy stuff. And then you had, Rey, who can just, as Dylan says, she just flips on God mode whenever she feels like it, and everything becomes way too easy for her.
Rey, literally everything. Oh, Millennium Falcon, she can fly it and knows it better than Han Solo. Finds out she's force sensitive, can completely resist Kylo Ren, who the guy was it Poe Dameron. You got me saying Dameron now, but Poe Dameron, who resists all kinds of torture, could not resist Kylo Ren, but she knows she's force sensitive, so she can resist him and then read his own mind, and then she's able to tell a stormtrooper what to do. Mind trick him immediately, even though she just found out the Force. And then in the end, she beats him on a lightsaber fight, even though it's the first time she's ever used a lightsaber. Everything came way too easy.
That is my biggest issue, because we've seen from the prequels and the originals that your ability with the Force does not really directly impact your ability as a lightsaber. You have to practice and learn that. She had never fought the lightsaber before, and halfway through the battle, she's getting her butt kicked, and then she's like, I have the Force.
She just closes her eyes, and he doesn't do anything.
10 seconds, Kylo Ren just stares at her, and then she just starts kicking his butt out of nowhere. It was terrible, because that completely destroyed everything about you have to be a good... Because everyone knew that Anakin was more powerful in the Force than Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But Obi-Wan Anakin was supposed to be more skilled as a lightsaber, but Obi-Wan...
No, he wasn't.
Okay, well, Obi-Wan was, let's say, it was more skilled lightsaber fight. Obi-Wan was able to match it with that. The lightsaber was supposed to balance that out.
That's what we're trying to say, because you talked real fast there. I didn't understand a whole, but what we're trying to say basically was the fact that Anakin has this metachlorian count that's way better than Yoda. As much as we hate metachlorians, still got taken into account. Way more powerful than Yoda in the Force.
Anakin's the chosen one. He is the strongest Force user ever.
Way more powerful than Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan's a better lightsaber fighter, and that's how he is able to beat him on Mustafar. Even though he is great in the Force, so it doesn't matter if she is way more powerful than Kylo Ren in the Force. Kylo's been training with a lightsaber, and she's never even used one.
Yeah, it was so stupid how she's all of a sudden, it's the Force. And I hate the part where it's like, the lightsaber's calling to you. The lightsaber never called to Luke. It's like, the lightsaber called to Luke. It never called to Luke. Obi-Wan cut off Darth Vader's limbs, picked it up, and gave it to Luke. Yeah. When did it call to Luke?
I hated that. When she just goes down to the basement and opens the chest, first off, you think it'd be a bit more heavily guarded, a lightsaber or something. A lock at least. Second, why is the lightsaber calling to her? It never did that before.
Exactly.
Ever.
And then Kylo Ren, I don't even know why he uses a lightsaber, because he can take people and stop and hold them still, so why does he even use one? Why doesn't he just crush people?
It didn't make sense. It just Kylo Ren was cool up until the interrogation scene when he takes off his mask and everything, and she's able to resist him, and then Kylo Ren just becomes a wuss. And that's what happened. That's all he is after that. It's like, okay, that was great. Took probably my favorite character up until then, and then destroyed him.
Han's death was super predictable.
Yes.
Stupid.
Everyone knew he was gonna die, but when it hit that bridge scene, that was when I was like, "Oh, he's the Ben Kenobi of this movie." Exactly, and then he went and died, and I was like, "Yep, he is."
It was really, you're gonna kill him. You're not gonna kill him. And then it was funny because when I watched, I was like, I'm not even sad he died. I don't even really care.
I was mad about how badly it was handled. I wasn't.
But even the characters in the show didn't really even care because they just kept going on with their lives. Chewie didn't see he was that.
No, Chewie was pissed for 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then after that, Chewie was fine. And I was so mad she took over as pilot of the Millennium Falcon. You don't know that is Han's.
Yeah, and then I was saying last time, if they make it to where Han and Leia aren't together, aren't married, that's stupid. Well, guess what they did? They did it. And why did J.J. Abrams do that? Because he could. That is why there's no good reason to separate. These two to me, had the best romance in movie history. Han and Leia. It was great. It developed through the 3 films. Fantastic. I loved them as a couple. It made sense. And it was throughout the 3 films it developed to where they finally got together and everything. And then he just breaks all that up. He's just like, oh, well, they had an evil son, so they failed and stuff. Yeah. They're not together anymore. Guess why I did it? Because I can. It's like, screw you, Abrams.
I tell you, when Han first comes on the scene, when him and Chewie are smuggling people back, and they have those weird, they're captured by those 2 people, or no, there's those 2 like people come, 2
different tribes, or whatever.
like come to get Han. It felt like a Star Trek movie there.
It did.
It felt like it didn't even feel like Star Wars. Like I'm watching a Star Trek movie right now. This is what it feels like, and I was like, this is not. It didn't feel like a Star. If this was not a Star Wars movie, it'd be good. But since it was a Star Wars movie, it contradicted a ton of stuff in the canon. It felt like you're watching A New Hope again. They even do a mini trench run, and they have to go take down the shield. Shocker. Blow up the big gun again. Shocker. The Republic's in it. The Senate's back in it for no reason. They blow up the Senate.
Yeah. And
it was just Grand Leader Snork does nothing. Kylo Ren turns out to be not really cool at all.
Yeah. That was one thing I said in my spoiler for review, was the fact that, say whatever you want to say about the prequels, they are abominations. They're not great movies in the least bit, but they felt like they took place in the Star Wars universe. Yeah. This does not. This feels like an Elseworld story. Sort of like Dark Knight Returns, when you read that and you're like, this doesn't feel like actual Batman. This feels like some outer weird thing, because it is. That's what this felt like. It's like, okay, this is an Elseworld Star Wars story.
Especially Finn, because I thought Finn was going to be really cool, and Finn ends up being probably my least...
goofball.
Yeah, he was. That's all he was. It was like... The only time he's serious is when he talked about running away from the Empire... Or not the Empire, excuse me, the First Order.
Yeah, that's what...
And I never explained how Grand Leader Snork came to take over or anything like that.
That's why I wonder if you agree with me. That's one of the things I was saying. Remember when he's... I think it was Han who he's talking... I don't remember who it is. Yeah, or... whoever it is he's talking to, or was it Rey, when he's there at the oh yeah, it's her, when he's there at the cantina when they're trying to remake the cantina scene, he's talking to her, he's like, I'm not actually a brave hero, I'm a stormtrooper, and I didn't care. Like, that was an emotional moment. That was supposed to be... I didn't care.
Everyone talked about how emotional this movie was. There was not an emotional part in this movie for me.
And then another part where she was talking about her parents or whatever.
I got how they left her,
and she teared up in the emotional. I didn't care about that.
I got so sick of that.
The emotional scenes fell flat on their face for me.
They keep talking about how they're trying to leave it open for the next movie. I didn't give a crap about any of the emotional parts of this movie, especially her family. Because at first I was intrigued and I kept going, and then they just... I figured out about halfway through the movie that they weren't going to tell you, so I was sick of hearing about it. I'm like, they're not going to tell me, so I don't want to hear about it anymore. But they kept bringing up because they're like, you really want to know who their parents are? And she's going to be Luke's daughter, I'm sure of it. She has to be Luke's daughter. But they're like, you want to know, don't you? Oh, well, you don't know who her parents are. Because they'd always be like, oh, who's the girl's family? Then they'd cut away from the scene. Who's this? Cut away from the scene. And it'd be like, okay. And then, everyone was supposed to be shocked when you found out that, that was, Han and Leia's son, but you already knew he was somebody's son.
Yeah, we thought he was Luke's son, but he was Leia's, so...
But he was trained by Luke. And then, I don't even know why they're...
That's one thing I was saying, is uncharacteristic to me in Luke, such a steady, grounded character, and then he has one bad egg, who's a Darth Vader dude, and it's just oh, well, it's all over, time to go leave. Alright, sorry about that, the mic cord came unplugged. So anyways...
Yeah, maybe Kylo Ren went and murdered all Luke's other students, and that sent him into shock. But yeah,
Luke could have stopped him.
It was stupid that they sent Luke away, and Luke in it.
No, Luke left himself.
Luke was in it for literally 5 seconds, and I hated that because it was what's Luke up to? Where's Luke at? And you see him for 5 seconds. He doesn't say a word. He looks cool though.
Yeah. So disappointed. I was so excited for this movie because prior to the reviews, I was saying that J.J. Abrams, in my opinion, has not done any great movies. He's done some good ones, but nothing truly great, and so I didn't think Star Wars was going to be great. And then the reviews came out, I'm like, okay, this movie sounds amazing. I can't wait. I only watched one review, but I looked at all the scores, and they said it was amazing, and so I was like, yeah! And then it turned out to not even be close.
The first scene, I was absolutely loving it. I don't remember what happened to the first scene, but...
Yeah, you do. Remember, they're trying to get the map for Luke.
Yeah, and after that, it was a cut, too.
What? It cuts to Rey, doesn't it?
No, it cuts to Finn, right? Yeah, it cuts to Finn.
Oh yeah, on the ship.
Yeah, and
that was still cool.
It was cool. It's just I couldn't stand Rey's character because, like Dylan said, everything came way too easy for her. She never had to work for anything. And if they're just gonna make it where I don't know. She was just, I mean, that lightsaber fight at the end was cool because Kylo Ren was beating the tar out of, he beat the tar out of John Boyega, and then he was beating the tar out of her, and all of a sudden she's just mad because like, oh, I have the Force, and it just starts wailing on him. I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Well, Luke didn't all of a sudden, and Return of the Jedi wasn't like, I have the Force.
Or Empire Strikes Back, which he was still more trained than she was at that point.
Yeah.
She hadn't been trained
He
at
was
all.
able to wail on Vader at the there, but that was because of like the dark side stuff, which is way different. She wasn't using the dark side.
Didn't look like it, no. And then she automatically knows, like, no one else, Anakin in Episode 1, like, used Force abilities, but he had no idea he was using them. She just remember, Qui-Gon says he's Jedi reflexes, he sees stuff before it happens, he doesn't know it, though?
I guess, yeah.
She knows it and starts just doing stuff that she's never even tried before. She's not even being taught and she's doing it. So either they're going to make her the most powerful character ever. One thing I thought was stupid, so Kylo Ren has been training for years. He trained under Luke, he's been training under Snork, how do you say it?
Grayling or something, I don't know.
Snork,
Yeah,
whatever. He's been training forever. She hasn't trained at all, and she beats him in this film the first time. So with any training, she's going to destroy him because no matter what he does, he can't get that much better.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens...
He's been training his whole life.
Yeah, he's been training his whole life, so that now no matter what happens, he don't got a shot. So there's really no point in even going and watch the next movie because she's going to kick the crap out of him and she's going to get trained by Luke.
I'm just thankful that J.J. Abrams is not doing the next one.
Yeah, but you know, with people loving this movie, it's going to encourage them to make the same type of movie again.
I hope it's different. I hope Rian Johnson just makes an amazing movie that is not even close to this one. I hope it's way away.
There's way too many jokes in the film. Or trying to be jokes. Can't be jokes.
A lot of them, yeah, there's false balance.
There's a cantina scene just like in Episode 4.
The two CGI characters in the movie are terrible.
Bland and boring and just...
Well, like, Grand Leader Snork was just, I didn't care, he's stupid. And then the lady, I don't remember her name, she was just annoying. I've been around for 1,000 years. I know that look and stuff. I was like, I don't care.
She comes on the top of the table and you're like...
She's annoying.
What? Like, those like Captain Phasm didn't do anything.
And
that part was cool, though, when Chewie just grabs her and throws her to the side. That part was cool.
What I wanted to see was, after Han died, Chewie went ham for a total of 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Like, he's killing a ton of stormtroopers. Well, by a ton, I mean 3. And then he doesn't do anything. I want to see him jump down there and rip Kylo Ren's arms off. That would have been awesome. Also, whenever someone gets hit with the Chewie's bowcaster in the movie, they go flying. Kylo Ren gets hit with it and it's fine.
Yeah, but he's hurt when he's fighting them. It was just...
He's just
I
fine.
don't understand where everyone got all this emotion and amazingness from. I don't understand it. I don't. I wish I could. I really wish I did.
I hear so many people say, Star Wars is back. I was like, not really.
I don't feel like Star Wars at all. Do you not remember, like...
And we literally just watched the movies right before this one, since we watched the marathon.
So what basically the next movie set up to be is Luke training her and Snork training him, but he's already been training a lot and she hasn't been trained hardly at all. So with any training at all, she's gonna kick his ass again, kick his butt again. Excuse my language. And so it's gonna be like what? Why? John Boyega's character wasn't very good. The writing for Han wasn't very good. I really didn't like Han that much. I was so excited when he came on.
I liked Han.
But
I liked Han. The witty one-liners weren't there. He wasn't the same Han Solo I know and love, but he was still, the essence was somewhat there.
The essence was there,
and so I had to cling to him.
But it still wasn't like Han that you're used to. Like, I know the character has to evolve and stuff.
Well, he's like super old now, so...
But it wasn't...
But I know what you're saying.
It just didn't feel like Han.
I was so disappointed with this movie. I wanted it to be amazing, and then just watching it...
There was a couple cool shots of that one cool shot where you're seeing Poe Dameron just like wrecking house.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Like I said, there's a lot of good shots in the movie. That it looks good.
Looks good, sounds
but
good.
Story's not very good. The character development is terrible.
Yeah, there's no character development,
which is sad because the original trilogy had some of the best character development in any movie franchise ever, and this is just awful. Like Rey, because the very few characters even develop as characters, but the few that do, like Rey, she literally just jumps from being scavenger to, okay, I'm a Jedi.
Yeah.
She just jumps there. There's no progression there. It's just, okay, I can mind control people now, read people's minds. I can, like, use the Force to grab lightsabers and stuff. Like, I know the Force now. She just jumps there. There's no progression. Like we saw with Luke, progression. With her, nope. She just all of a sudden Jedi Master was like,
yeah,
okay.
she used the Force better than like anyone ever could. Like,
You ain't kidding,
Like-
she did. She's gonna be like the most powerful Jedi ever if they keep this up.
I know. Like, it was like... We went to see it with my friend, and he's like, the first thing you have to do in the next movie is knock her down a peg, because right now there ain't no one that can compete with her.
There isn't. Like
Like-
seriously, not even Luke
I can
could.
go kill Luke right now and not even think twice about it, because she has the Force, and it's like, why? I think when I was watching the film, I know like they said they wanted to get back to like how the original Star Wars lightsaber fights felt. I thought it felt really like clumsy, and like they were swinging around sledgehammers. It looked like there was so much effort for them to swing, and I was like, I kind of missed some of the choreography from the prequels.
It didn't look like that to me.
To me, it did.
Right, it looked fine to me. I really like the fight between John Boyega's, between Finn and the, you know it's bad when you call the character by the actor's name, but I really like the fight between Finn and the Stormtrooper. That was the best lightsaber fight in the movie.
Even though it wasn't a lightsaber fight.
It was a lightsaber versus a stun shock thingy. That was the best fight involving a lightsaber. It was really cool when he first got lightsaber and just ran a Stormtrooper through.
Yeah, that was it. That's all
Yeah.
you got for like the coolness of it. I mean, he's like, just think of the one like go out and help. I don't have a weapon. Or it was just stupid. It was it was so disappointing.
I'm trying to think of what we get like how the movie went, because I'm just
Okay, it started off with
the awesome opening of
yeah.
Poe
Then it went
Dameron.
to John Boyega taking his helmet off.
Oh yeah, by the way, he gets a bloody handprint on his Stormtrooper mask, and that all I could think of if you guys played Star Wars Republic Commando was Sev, because like that's what he's got on his face. So I was like Sev. Anyways, and so he helps Poe Dameron escape, and those two have great chemistry, but they're together for like a total of 5 minutes maybe. But those two have great chemistry. That was the most Star Warsy part of the movie when those two were together.
Yeah, the opening, yeah.
And then it just was like, nope.
And then I think it cuts to Ray doing some stupid scavenger stuff.
Yeah, like this is worth so many bread.
I'm waiting for
or
my
whatever.
family. Have you I told you I'm waiting for my family? I don't know who my
I
family is.
didn't
They're
feel
waiting
like
for
she said that much.
I felt like it was throughout the whole movie.
I
Because she
don't-
says that at the beginning. She says it. She shows it when she's marking down the days, waiting for her family to come back. The what do you call it, girl? The alien we don't like mentions it. Someone else mentioned it, and it was like, yeah, we get it. We're waiting to hear about her family. Okay, we get it.
we got a flashback with it, and the trippy the trippy Force adventure.
That was
when
so
she touched the
stupid.
lightsaber made no sense.
That was so stupid. The Force has never done that. Now they're just gonna start adding it, and then they don't explain how she got the lightsaber. That's a story for another time. Yeah, because there ain't no damn way to explain that.
You know, Anakin, who had the most metachlorian count, the best Force user, the most powerful Force user, could get not very vivid dreams of his loved ones dying. She can see plain
Because
out
the lightsaber
everything.
was calling to
No,
her.
so she must have a metachlorian count like freaking amazing. She must be the most powerful ever, because Anakin's visions weren't that clear. Hers are clear as day.
Yeah, she like walks.
Like
through
she's walking through the Matrix. So she's like the most powerful ever. And it's just like, why? Like, no character was really likable. Besides, like, Poe Dameron I really liked.
Yeah, BB-8 was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, BB-8 was cool.
I got so excited when I saw R2. I was like, a character I literally love.
I liked how they introduced C-3PO when Han and Leia.
Yeah, that was good.
C-3PO's like,
That was one of the best
I
parts.
was like, okay, that's good. That's
You probably don't
C-3PO.
recognize me because of my arm. That was one of the best parts.
Yeah.
'Cause they were called back to like what you remember.
I know, and again,
There was way too much nostalgia stuff in it too.
well, trying to, because they
Yeah.
were like, hey, remember this in New Hope? Hey!
They gotta go take down the seal generator. They gotta do this. It's like
I feel like J.J. Abrams was like, we've got a crappy script. You know what will distract them? If we give them nostalgia stuff and good action. They'll love it. And so it's like, I remember in New Hope when Leia put the hologram inside of R2, and so R2 and them went away, and everyone was looking for R2 and stuff, and then now we'll do that with BB-8 and Poe Dameron.
well, yeah, that's why they were looking for the droid the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And then we have, remember when Ben Kenobi was this great sort of father figure for Luke, and he trained him, and then he died, and it was all sad. Well, what if Han was Rey's father figure, and then she dies in front of him? What if we do that? Just remake. What if we have a giant circular object that floats in space that destroys planets? Let's do that too.
So it destroys planets and moons. It gets shoot out different beams.
Who cares?
It was like
Death Star for the win.
that's all it was. It's just a lot bigger Death Star.
Like, people got pissed with the fact that Return of the Jedi made another Death Star, but this everyone's like, oh, it's amazing.
It was just.
I'm trying to think if there's anything we haven't covered yet.
Because I really want to love this movie. I want to go see it in IMAX.
We also got another cantina scene trying to be.
I remember, yeah. You got another a sort of trench run. You got a homage to the trench run with him going in there like that.
You had the Darth Vader Emperor thing with Snork and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
They don't say how he became the power, or what his goal is, or anything
like that. Well, granted, they didn't with the Emperor either until the prequels.
You didn't know about the Emperor until Episode 5.
Yeah.
And then you were like, "Who is he?" You knew he was Darth Vader's father.
Not father.
Oh, his master. Excuse me. I'm tired. But like, it's just.
Because this is our like all-out Force Awakens one, so I want to see if there's anything we haven't covered. Can you think of anything?
I guess I liked Han. It just wasn't the Han I'm used to.
I know it wasn't even
That's
close.
It was just
like, well, it was somewhat. Like,
even Chewie was more comedy than they.
Oh, Chewie was, because every time he roared, it was like, ha.
Like, he was a lot more comedy than he normally was.
He was. So like when he was getting healed and he was telling the girl all about his big heroic journey, it was like, oh yeah.
The part
funny.
where
Finn's trying to heal him.
No, Finn and Rey are running. They're like, that's a piece of garbage, and then it's the Millennium Falcon, and they're like, let's go fly that. That part's pretty cool. And then you find the Millennium Falcon's been stolen like 4 times since then. It's like, really? So like, can't anything just stay the same?
That's what I'm saying. J.J. Abrams did it because reasons. That's what he did for a lot of stuff. Hey, why is Leia and Han separated? Because reasons.
They had the whole Star Trek scene.
Why'd Luke leave? Because reasons.
Wait, what happened after the Star Trek?
Why'd Han lose the Millennium Falcon? Because reasons.
After the Star Trek scene, they went to the what do you call it, right?
What?
They went to the
Rey? Oh wait, no.
No, they went after the Star Trek scene. They went to the pirate, and then they had that big fight outside.
Pirate.
That's what she is. She's like that pirate over. That's what she's called.
Pirate? Who the heck's the pirate?
The short CGI character, the one we didn't like.
She's not a pirate.
I think that's what her one of her she used to be a pirate or something.
I don't think so. Well, she was alive for 1,000 years.
They go to her, and then they had that fight out there where Don Boyega fights,
which was really cool.
Yeah, but
that was my favorite fight in the movie because like you get some really cool camera work to where you see like all the TIE fighters being destroyed and you see ground action. Like, that stuff was really cool, but it wasn't enough to distract me.
Kylo Ren goes and takes takes Rey.
Yeah, because Rey's in the woods running.
Yeah. He goes and takes her, but then he can't do what he's supposed to do. And then I think cuts to them going to the Resistance, and she's on the ship. She gets out of the ship in a really stupid way.
Yeah, you know what I don't get? The Empire, this New Order, they don't have control of the galaxy, right?
No.
Then why are they called the Resistance if they're against them? They should be the majority. They beat the Emperor. They should be the majority. The Empire or the New Order should be the Resistance because they're the small group that's going against the big one. They should be called the Resistance. Doesn't make sense for the bigger one, the one that has more of the people's votes and everything and like actually has more control over everything to be called the Resistance. It's like in Terminator if the T-1000 stuff were like, where are the Resistance?
What?
It wouldn't make sense.
What the heck is the Resistance? There was a lot of things that didn't make sense in this, unfortunately.
Basically, it breaks down to the main reasons we didn't like it, was the fact that it didn't feel like Star Wars. J.J. Abrams took the Star Wars feel out of it. It didn't feel like it happened in that universe. And he messed with the Force too much.
He did. He really ruined the Force and lightsabers.
Yeah, there were little things in the prequels, like metachlorians. It's really stupid, but at the end of the day, it doesn't change a whole lot. No. It's like they use Force speed in Phantom Menace. It's like, why don't they ever use that again? But it's not like mind-numbing, like, that's so stupid to wear in this. It's like, okay, so the Force makes you incredible. What? You can have trippy dreams now when you touch a lightsaber.
The lightsaber calls to you, just like it calls. She does a call to Luke. It never called to Luke.
It never did.
Never once. Like
did
never.
She say it called to Luke?
Yeah, she said call to Anakin or you're like I can't remember who she says, and then it called to Luke.
I don't remember her saying that, but I believe she.
And then it's calling to you.
That's so stupid. And then she's like, I want to touch that lightsaber again.
Like, and then she runs out and like.
Run through the woods, and then just Han, one of the most iconic film characters of all time, gets killed off in one of the stupidest ways. I mean, no one saw that coming.
Not at all.
Surprise, surprise.
And I wasn't even sad when it happened, which was the worst part.
I was pissed.
I wasn't sad.
I wasn't sad, I was pissed.
I
I wanted to kill J.J. Abrams. If J.J. Abrams would have been in that theater, I might have killed him.
I was supposed to be really emotional right now. I was supposed to be like upset that one of my favorite.
I'm emotional, just not sad.
Movie
I'm
characters of all
emotional,
time,
mad.
and I wasn't. Like, I was like,
because he handled it so poorly.
Because you knew exactly how he was gonna die.
I know, and then he did it, and it's like he's the Ben Kenobi of this film, and it's like, no, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, maybe there's a hope for a good Star Wars film in the future.
I don't even know. I don't think we're ever gonna.
Well, we might get a good spinoff.
We might have to accept Revenge of the Sith as the best movie outside the originals.
Yeah. So basically, I did my ranking. You didn't agree with me at first, but the more you think about it, you're agreeing. Because right after the movie ended, I said I like Revenge of the Sith more than Force Awakens. Ian didn't agree with me at first, but the more he's been thinking about it, he's like, yep.
We talked about this for a while in the car at home with Dylan, and my friend, and our friend, and we were discussing it. And we were like, yeah, there was just so many things that they didn't do right, that they just messed up. Like, my big thing was the lightsaber fight. Like, the Force does not make you all of a sudden a skilled lightsaber.
At least the light side does it, because the dark side does a bit, because you saw that with, like, if you tap into your anger. I don't know if that's really the Force, though, or if it's just you getting angry. Like, I don't know if that's really the dark side. But she was tapping into the light side of the Force, and it just suddenly made her better.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. She just
also, another thing is, well, Anakin was tapping into the dark side, and he couldn't beat Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because, like, the only time we've ever really seen the Force, I guess you could say, helping someone would be when, like, Obi-Wan got real mad in Episode 1, but he still got his butt kicked by Darth Maul, and he had to jump up and slice him in half. And then you got at the Return of the Jedi, where he just wails on Darth Vader. Which, this was also a conflicted Darth Vader who did not want to kill his son.
Oh, yeah, it was weird. Like, Kylo Ren was like, I'm conflicted, I don't know what to do.
No, I'm talking about Darth Vader and Luke.
What?
At Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, Kylo Ren that was conflicted between the light side and the dark side, but you really never saw him do anything for the light side.
No, he just like, I feel the draw to kill my father. What? I think what they're trying to say was him killing his father was his thing, was his final, like, statement. Okay, I'm on the bad side now, fully. That was their way of doing it, I think. It was stupid. I was like, why couldn't you go kill a puppy or something? That'll show you're really evil. Like, that's really evil.
Go slay a bunch of children.
Yeah.
Go get a bunch of Padawan learners and just slay them. That will cement your place amongst.
He's afraid that he won't be as good as Darth Vader.
That was
like,
so
what?
Stupid. She's never had any training yet. She can read his mind.
That's what I was saying.
So
you're afraid you won't be as good as Darth Vader. It's like, really?
If you're gonna torture them, why don't you use your lightsaber and just like start stabbing them until they tell you stuff?
Well, yeah, true, because they can't bleed out.
Yeah.
Lightsaber heals as it cuts. It's kind of stupid, but it does.
So why wouldn't you do that? That'd make perfect sense.
Because remember, he can do it with the Force. He's like Grand Leader Snoke. After some more training, I could get the information out of her. It would work good. And he's like, no, or yes,
bring her
or
to
whatever,
me.
And then she just breaks out.
That was so stupid.
I don't think there's some. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So if you guys liked it, that's good. I'm happy you guys liked it. We just were very disappointed.
Tell us your thoughts.
Going into this, Ian said it could not be worse than the prequels. And I said it could. And it was worse than one of the prequels. I should have made a bet on this. I would have won money.
Good thing you didn't.
Anyways, if you guys have seen Star Wars The Force Awakens, please let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts. And you can leave spoilers on this video. It doesn't matter. If someone clicks on this video when it has spoilers in the title and then they look at the comments, that's their own dumb fault. So anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, well, Nerd Talk. So this is on audio as well. So you can, well, I don't know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you in the next one.
I wish it was better.